countdown has begun to the Lok Sabha elections 2024 and another 10 state elections are lined up for 2023. The Election Commission of India has just proposed a new radical idea on how to increase voter turnout. I am Anubhuti Vishnoi, Senior Editor with the Economic Times, and I'm going to run you through this idea. So what the Election Commission of India has proposed that domestic migrants be allowed to vote for their respective constituency by remote voting. What it essentially means is that if you are a registered voter in any other part of the country, say Tamil Nadu, and you are a voter in Chennai, but you live in Delhi for work reasons or for education or maybe due to marriage. So then what you end up doing mostly is not voting at all. What the Commission is proposing that you may be able to vote from Delhi for Tamil Nadu elections through a remote voting center. Why is the Commission doing this? Because the Commission strongly feels voter turnout has dropped in the country or it is stagnating. Over the years, in the 2014 Lok Sabha elections, we were at, I'll read out the figures, about 66.4% voter turnout, and in 2019 elections it was only 67.4%. So very little increase despite the fact that the number of voters has increased exponentially. The key reasons are urban apathy, young voters not choosing to vote, and the third major reason is domestic migrants, because they do not find the time or the wherewithal to go back and cast their vote. Now here is where a remote EVM, which the Election Commission is talking about, make things fall in place. Essentially be the same EVM as you and I have been using across elections, but it will have two different features. One is that it will have a dynamic ballot unit. What does a dynamic ballot unit mean? It means that it will reflect the candidates and the party symbols of the constituency in which you are voting. How will that work? That will work through a constituency card reader. When you enter the polling booth, the remote polling booth, the presiding officer will have something called a constituency card reader. When you show your EPIC card or the voter ID, it will be tallied with the constituency card reader, and that will immediately transmit information to the ballot unit. The dynamic ballot unit, according to the constituency from where you are registered as a voter, say Chennai. So then it will show up the candidates in the fray for Chennai, and then you go like you would normally in the voting booth and cast your ballot. And then on, it will be remotely again transmitted. Your vote will be counted for that constituency and candidate, and on the day of counting will be sent to the RO back to your constituency. The interesting part is that the remote EVM will be a stand-alone machine just like the EVM. The Election Commission has been very, very cautious of the kind of political reactions this proposal will get. It is fully seized of the matter that the EVM tampering issue was a very, very big problem area, and it wouldn't want to get into any kind of debate on that nature. So it examined various technologies from blockchain to even postal ballots, proxy voting. All those ideas were discussed. There's an expert committee which had IIT directors and top experts, and ultimately they have come up with this prototype which has been devised by the PSU ECIL and by the Department of Atomic Energy, which is standalone. This just like the EVM does not communicate with any other machine, and they're hoping it will pass muster. But there are big challenges along the way. The biggest is, of course, political. How do you build political consensus for a new idea like that? Remember, it's taken years and years to get the kind of support the EVM has today. So to get the remote EVM, political acceptability will be a challenge. Several questions have been raised earlier in the Parliamentary Standing Committee when this issue was discussed. And that's why the Commission has written to all political parties on the matter, seeking their written comments by 30th of January 2023. On 16th of January 2023, it will hold a demonstration of this particular prototype. The expert committee will be there, and the expert committee will be open to questions there. So that is when the Commission will see what is the political reaction to this. There are still many other challenges besides the political consensus building, which is legislative. Bringing any such change requires an amendment to the Representation of People's Act 1950 and 51. Besides that, the conduct of election rules, and there will be a whole set of other little election-related rule books which may need to be tweaked to bring this in. There are also lots of administrative issues which will be considered. Issues of importance also to political parties, like, what may sound like simple questions but are actually quite complex, like how will the candidate, since we are going with the Chennai example, somebody who's contesting in Chennai, how will he reach out to his voters in Delhi? How do you apply the model code of conduct when a remote voter is considered? So all those factors there as well. How does the political party ensure a polling agent is also, say, in Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, wherever various remote voting booths are concerned? So what the Election Commission has done is that it has asked political parties to come up with suggestions on that. It has not put a final end to this debate yet. It has also said what do they think. It has asked them for opinion on what do they think is the best possible option for remote voting. Is it better to go with internet-based voting or this remote EVM system, or maybe still the postal ballot system? So jury is out. Let us see how this is received. But all said and done, if this is accepted, the Election Commission is preparing to hold a pilot run in state elections or by polls and before the 2024 Lok Sabha elections.